All right, so for these problems over here, this next one we have 5 pounds to number of kilograms. Once again, what we're going to be doing here is simply just writing out our 5 pounds, and we're going to be multiplying this by a fraction, a unit conversion. So the very first step over here is trying to look for all the facts that actually have pounds in them. You notice that the first 4 over here are all having to do with distance. So that has nothing to do with pounds. This over here we have having to do with pounds, and these ones over here, once again, these don't have anything to do with pounds, or these ones over here. So we're just simply going to be looking at this first fun fact, this unit conversion over here. So once again, keeping in mind that the entire idea of this is to actually be able to cancel out the units. 1 kilogram is equal to 2.2 pounds. Where do we want to put the pounds? Well, we have pounds on the top over here, and we want to put pounds on the bottom over here in the denominator. So we have our 2.2 pounds is equal to 1 kilogram. Being that the numerator and the denominator are equal to each other, we know by now that, hey, it's essentially multiplying the 5 pounds by 1, which once again does not change the value of the pounds, the 5 pounds, it just simply converts to units. Once again, what we're going to do here is we cancel out the pounds with the pounds, and that leaves us with kilograms. We are converting from pounds to kilograms, and that being the case, we know that we're done with this problem. Okay, so once again, all we have to do here is plug this in our calculator. We have our 5 times 1, which is essentially just still the 5, divide that by our 1 times 2.2, and this will give us our answer when we plug it in the calculator this way. We, of course, don't actually need the parentheses in this problem right now for plugging into the calculator because it's just 2 different numbers, but I typically use parentheses just really to explicitly have it define what we're plugging into the calculator. And we get 2.27 repeating. We could just do 2.27. And once again, the entire reason why we're doing this is because we're doing the unit conversions, so make sure that you include your units. And once again, what this is essentially saying is that 5 pounds is equal to 2.27 kilograms. And that's the answer for that one. Okay. So let's do this next problem. We have 2.27 kilograms to number of pounds. All right, so we once again start off with our 2.27 kilograms times a fraction over here. And we could just simply just do the divide by 1 over here, that's fine. And once again, we're actually just going to be using the same fun fact over here, the same unit conversion, because once again, we're dealing with kilograms and pounds. These don't have anything to do with kilograms or pounds, neither of these, so we are just going to be using the same fun fact. So we have 1 kilogram is equal to 2.2 pounds. We have kilograms, 2.27 kilograms, with the kilograms in the numerator, so therefore we know right away that we want kilograms in the denominator for these 2 units to cancel each other out. How many kilograms is it? Oh, it's 1 kilogram is equal to what? 2.2 pounds. Once again, our units will cancel out with each other, just leaving us with pounds, and we're converting from kilograms to pounds. So being that we do have our pounds over here, that's a good indicator to us that we're done with this problem. All we have to do is plug this in the calculator and we'll get our answer. So plugging this in the calculator, we have 2.27 times our 2.2, divide that by 1 times 1, and really this step over here isn't necessary. We just have our multiplication of 2.27 times 2.2, and that'll give us our answer. And plugging this in the calculator, we have our answer of 5. 5 what? 5 pounds. So what we're basically saying here is that 2.27 kilograms is equal to 5 pounds. And if you actually notice this here, hey, look at the similarities over here. We just went from 5 pounds to number of kilograms, and we just went from number of kilograms to back to number of pounds, just basically through the same method.